shines the power.
Yeah. Who's the power?
Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh shines the power.
Shalom.
We are ISBHPK, and we are back again for another Sabbath day. Right? So we have schools, right? We have the school that we're in right now, 231 FM Road, right? We have school in Norfolk, Virginia, 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia. We have school in Rochester, 1600 Lyle Ave, Suite 1A, Rochester. And we have different avenues for you to watch us. We have the Blog Talk Radio by Mashaba, right, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Our other channels is the Israelite School of Biblical and History Practical Knowledge, right? 5 Minutes of Wisdom, Hidden Truth Bible Show, and the Israelite Media Court. We also have kids class on Sunday at 1 p.m. We also have Israelite wear, which you can see the brothers wearing. Israel wear. We see the brothers wearing the headbands and the shirts, right? Israel wear has fringed up, right? You can get the shirt for $35. You can get the headband plus the shirt for $75, right? We have Hebrew academies for brothers who want to increase in this work, increase in this knowledge, right? In order for them to practice how to do street speaking and like. Rochester has their Hebrew Academy every Monday, Houston every Tuesday, and VA has theirs every Wednesday. If you need to contact a priest, you have Priest Kazakia and Priest Kwalazab. Priest Kazakia is 757-300-4047, and Priest Kwalazab is 303-557-8979. We also have a business called Sweet Ambiance. You know, we want brothers to smell as good as we do. We sell oils, fragrances, right? Soaps, bath bombs, anything that you want to smell good, man. We got it for you. And if it's on your heart, if it's on your spirit to be able to help out, we greatly appreciate it. We have the Wells Fargo, we have the Zelle. It should be on the screen. Anything that you can give, books, apocryphers, pens, it doesn't matter. It will help, and we will greatly appreciate it.
All right, that's it. All right, shalom, y'all. Shalom. Of course, welcome to another Shabbat class. Water for joining us. As y'all know, the Virginia brothers, the New York brothers, the Virginia Rochester brothers, and some of the brothers here at Patazak, along with the brother Derek, Michael, they're all at the summit right now. That's in North Carolina, so that's why a lot of people ain't here. Alrighty, so yeah, safe travels for all of them. Safe travels for after the summit when they go back. Safe travels for all those brothers that attended the summit with their families, because it wasn't just a brother thing; it was a family thing. All right, so yeah, safe travels, man. Safe travels. So with that, we are going to say Amadim Wokanya Yerushalayim. Let's rise and face Jerusalem so we can set these prayers up. All right. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahawa'ah. Nathan War. Zayawam. The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives us this day. It gives us the light this day. Thanks, so be it. The light represents. Matthew 5:16 says, let your light shine before men, that they may see your glorious works and glorify the Father which is in heaven.
All right. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahawa'ah.
Nathan Rayach.
The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, that gives to us a sweet Savior. Thank you. So be it. The frankincense and myrrh represents our prayers going up to the Most High as a sweet savor. Psalms 141:2 says, let my prayer be set before thee as incense.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Bahashem Yahushai.
Hawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Dalanawa.
Dalanawa.
Hashabat.
Hashabat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
Water.
The water.
Amen.
Amen. Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, to give us a Sabbath in peace. Thank you. So be it.
All right, this is Psalms 121. Anashah.
Anashah.
Ayam Yah.
Ayam Yah.
Al-Hahorim.
Al-Hahorim.
Na'ayah.
Na'ayah.
Yabo'ah.
Yabo'ah.
Isariah.
Isariah. Isariah.
Yabo'ah.
Yabo'ah.
Mayahawa.
Mayahawa.
Sha'isha.
Sha'isha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratazah.
Ra'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yonatan.
Yonatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Shasharamar.
Shasharamar.
Yashar'allah.
Yashar'allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamaria.
Shamaria.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalia.
Tazalia.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Yum Yah.
Yum Yah.
Yad.
Yad.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Yala'ah.
Yala'ah.
Hakayah.
Hakayah.
Bayawam.
Bayawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Halabanah.
Halabanah.
Walayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Makol.
Right.
Makol Rai.
Makol Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Napashia.
Napashia.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Hawalakia.
Hawalakia.
Waba'aya.
Waba'aya.
Ma'aitan.
Ma'aitan.
Wa'aid.
Wa'aid.
Wa'aiwalam.
Wa'aiwalam.
Amen.
Amen. This is Psalms 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Ha'ishra.
Ha'ishra.
Matazawa.
Matazawa.
The Ten Commandments.
Oh, was it supposed to be the All-Father prayer?
Oh, forgive me. Oh, yeah. Our Father prayer.
All-Father prayer?
Yeah.
Salakia.
The Lord's Prayer.
It's the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Quadash.
Quadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Daba'ah.
Daba'ah.
Ratzazaka.
Ratzazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawah.
Kawah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Kol.
Kol.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Chababatnawa.
Chababatnawa.
Chasalaknawa.
Chasalaknawa.
Chababatyinawa.
Chababatyinawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Dabenawa.
Dabenawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abo.
Abo.
Hawashayna.
Hawashayna.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamlakwa.
Hamlakwa.
Wa'a'ala.
Wa'a'ala.
Wataparat.
Wataparat.
La'ayulanim.
La'ayulanim.
Amen.
Amen. This is Matthew 6 and 9, the Lord's Prayer. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Ha'ishra.
Ha'ishra.
Matazawa.
Matazawa.
Ten Commandments.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yahaya.
Yahaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Basol.
Basol.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
No, Salaki. Achorim.
Achorim.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alpanya.
Alpanya. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laka.
Laka.
Basol.
Basol.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Da'ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Talakwa'at.
Shum.
Shum.
Yahweh.
Bashawah.
Bashawah.
Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain.
Zakar.
Zakar.
Hayawam.
Hayawam.
Hashabat.
Hashabat.
Lakadashwa.
Lakadashwa. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Kabai.
Kabai.
Abaka.
Abaka.
Amaka.
Amaka. Honor thy father and thy mother.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Baratazak.
Baratazak.
Thou shalt not murder.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Tana'ah.
Tana'ah. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Daganah.
Daganah.
Thou shalt not steal.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Ta'inah.
Ta'inah.
Shakor.
Shakor. Thou shalt not bear false witness.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Takamad.
Takamad.
Kol.
Kol.
Ashra.
Ashra.
Ra'aika.
Ra'aika.
Thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's. Yeshabium, which means to be seated. Bahashim Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Damyat.
Damyat.
Aman.
Amen. Yeshabium, which means to be seated.
Almost forget that. Man, like so many years, you would think, after 8 years, you would think she would know on this class by now. Alrighty. Once again, Shabbat Shalom. We'll be picking up in Numbers chapter 19. Again, we'll be picking up in Numbers chapter 19 and verse 1. Shalom to everybody online. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in this Numbers. First reader, first reader. Namido Shabbat Shah Yashakar, Bani Yasha'ala, Man of Israel, Amadi, Barak.
Yahweh Shem Shabrakta.
Alright. Of course, every Shabbat reading is a good reading. Listen, man, y'all will be very surprised how much the Torah, like, not just the laws, but like just everything, all the stories, everything that brothers and sisters was going through back then in the wilderness, you'll be very surprised how that affects us still today, how we still move the same way. Don't ever think that because you know, you live in this time, like you wouldn't be one of the ones that's getting swallowed up back then.
Right.
You know, especially if you have issues, certain issues, you know. All right, so, oh, it's because I think, yeah, you can like that back. All right, so we'll be starting in Numbers chapter 19, in verse 1.
Numbers chapter 19, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, This is the ordinance of the law which the Lord hath commanded, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, wherein is no blemish, and upon which never came yoke.
All right, so they're going to bring a red heifer, right, to Moses and Aaron. No blemish, no yoke ever came upon it, right? Let's see why. Read down.
And ye shall give her unto Eleazar the priest, that he may bring her forth without the camp. And one shall slay her before his face.
Go ahead.
And Eleazar the priest shall take of her blood with his finger and sprinkle of her blood directly before the tabernacle of the congregation 7 times.
Go ahead.
And one shall burn the heifer in its sight, her skin and her flesh and her blood with her dung shall he burn. And the priest shall take cedar wood and hyssop and scarlet and cast it unto the midst of the burning of the heifer.
Go ahead.
Then the priest shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp, and the priest shall be unclean until the evening.
So you're going to take this heifer, right? This red heifer, that no yoke or no, no yoke, and he has no spot, no blemish. You're going to take him, bring him to Eleazar, and then when you bring him to Eleazar, he's going to have somebody there that's going to kill the heifer. So when the heifer dies, you're going to burn everything. The hair, the actual heifer, the dung of the heifer, the flesh, all that is going to be burned. And then you're going to take cedar wood, hyssop, and scarlet and cast it into the midst of the burning heifer, right? And then after that, Aaron is going to wash his, not Aaron, but Eleazar, he's going to wash his clothes, be unclean until the evening. So let's see why. Let's keep reading.
Verse 8. And he that burneth her shall wash his clothes in water, and bathe his flesh in water, and shall be unclean until the evening.
So the person that burned, because remember Eleazar wasn't the one that burned it, that killed the heifer. The person that did, he's gonna be unclean too, and wash his flesh. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And the man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer and lay them up without the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel for a water of separation.
For a what?
A water of separation.
Go ahead.
It is a
Purification.
purification for sin.
So that whole process that they just did, it was to make a water of separation for the purification of their sins, right? So a heifer, just so that y'all know, is a young female cow that has never born children. Right? So you have this young female cow, you'll take it, burn it, and then read verse 9 again.
Verse 9. And the man that is clean shall gather up the ashes of the heifer.
So you're going to gather up the ashes, go ahead.
And lay them up without the camp in a clean place. And it shall be kept for the congregation of the children of Israel for a water of separation.
Go ahead.
It is a purification for sin.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. And he that gathereth the ashes of the heifer shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. And it shall be unto the children of Israel and unto the stranger that sojourneth among them for a statute forever.
Go ahead.
He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days.
Go ahead.
He shall purify himself with it on the third day.
So you see that? So this is what it was for. So if you happen to touch a dead body, and it's going to go into it, if you happen to touch a dead body, on the third day, you would use that to purify yourself. Go ahead.
And on the 7th day, he shall be clean.
Go ahead.
But if he purify not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean.
So when you purified yourself on the 3rd day, after that on the 7th day you will be clean. But if you do not purify yourself, then when 7 days pass, you will not be clean. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead, and purifies not himself, defiles the tabernacle of the Lord. And that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
Go ahead.
Because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him.
Go ahead.
He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him.
Now, you know why I like this verse 13? Because it shows you the way things should be done. Like, ain't nobody doing this nowadays. Nobody's doing this nowadays, man. Nobody is really like going into like this cleanliness after being around a dead body or touching a dead body or being in the presence of one. Think about the people that like work at what is it called? At a who?
A morgue.
Is that how you say it? A morgue or a morgue?
Morgue.
A morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so think about the people that work at a morgue. None of them is doing this. None of them is doing this.
Just cleaning.
This
Purification after touching a dead body.
Yeah, but there's a word I'm looking for it. Nobody is doing this to like really cleanse themselves, right? I mean, you look at America. America has like 1,000,001 diseases going through it. But let's go here real quick. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. Or is it Ecclesiasticus? Where it talks about Give me 1 second, let me find the scripture. One second. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 12.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16, verse 12.
Now, there's a reason I'm going here, right? Read it real quick.
For it was neither herb, nor mollifying plaster,
Go ahead.
that restored them to health,
Go ahead.
but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things.
So when you look at what we just read in verse 13, where it says that if you don't wash yourself on the 3rd day, then on the 7th day you're going to be unclean, right? But think about it. I mean, if you don't use the purification, the water of separation, right, that they made with the heifer. If you don't use that on the 3rd day, then on the 7th day you're still going to be unclean. You can take as much showers as you want. In the eyes of the Father, you're going to be unclean, right? So the reason I'm going to this Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12 is because at the end of the day, it's the Most High that makes one clean. It's the Most High that makes one healthy. So in this that we're reading right now about if you come in contact with a dead body, like, yeah, you can go shower. First of all, who showers after a funeral? You shower before a funeral, but anybody ever showered after a funeral?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if somebody just happens to pass in your presence, I don't know if anybody has been in that situation where somebody passed and you were right there to see it or be around it. Anybody just go and take a shower? But that's just a shower, right? But it tells you on the third day we were supposed to use this water of separation for the purification of our sins. Now you look at this Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12. It says it's the Most High that restores you to health. So when you're sick, you can go to the doctor as much as you want. You can take as much herbs as you want. If it's not the Most High's will for you to be healthy, for you to come back, listen, that common cold will take you out.
Yep.
You see that? So when you look at this right here, if the Most High told us on the third day to use this water of separation, you better use it. Because you can look at it and be like, how is this going to make me clean? How's me being sprinkled with the ashes and the blood and the dung and the hair and the flesh that got burned up by a heifer? Of course, it's mixed with other things, but how is that going to make me clean?
Right.
Well, it's by you just doing what the Most High says. You see that? Obedience is better than sacrifice. The Most High had many things that he wanted us to do. There's definitely cleaning properties in it, because back in verse 6, you see the cedar wood and the hyssop and the scarlet. Those are all cleaning agents.
Yep.
So you burn that with the heifer, right? So those are all agents to, clean you up. But you still did what the Most High said. You did what the Most High said to make sure that you don't get cut off. You see that? So it says your uncleanliness is still yet upon you. Read verse 14.
Verse 14. This is the law. When a man dies in a tent, all that come into the tent, and all that is in the tent shall be unclean 7
You
days.
see that? Why? Because when a person passes, their body releases a lot of different toxins. A lot of the times they may wet themselves, they may soil themselves, but the body starts to deteriorate. The life is taken from the body. So the body starts to release a whole bunch of fluid, release a whole bunch of toxins, So if you're in the vicinity, you'll breathe some of that in. You know what I'm saying? Some of you may think about a loved one that dies. You're gonna hold them. Naturally, you're gonna hold them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you come in contact with that. So it says that if you were in the vicinity, you'll be what? Unclean 7 days? So 7 days you'll be unclean. So you moved in that manner. But the cold part is, you look in the world right now, of course nobody does it. Of course nobody follows the Torah. Nobody follows the laws. But this is where wisdom comes in. You see that? This is why like I like the Sabbath class. Because you get to see like every instance of life. The Most High gives you a law on how to deal in everything that you're going to encounter in your life. We're all going to encounter death. But you can look now in today's times and just see like there's just so many diseases, man. They got another strain of the coronavirus that's like running rampant.
Omicron variant. Yeah.
I'm gonna put somebody on blast real quick. But I'm not gonna say the name. But there's somebody very close to me in my family that got both vaccine shots and has caught the virus twice after that, and currently has the virus right now. But that person's husband has never gotten a shot and is in the house with that person and still hasn't caught the virus. Lays in the same bed with the person still hasn't caught the virus. You see that? But why am I saying that? I'm just saying that because it's just a lot of stuff going on in the world. But why? Because nobody wants to follow the laws of God.
That's true.
So go to Jeremiah 25 real quick. Go to Jeremiah chapter 25. We're going to read verse 9. Listen, man, we don't know we don't know what. You're going to read verse 7, Jeremiah 25 and 7. We don't know what diseases and what things can come about from you just being in the vicinity of somebody that passed, so like the toxins that's being released. Think about all the things that we breathe in, all the air particles and all the different sickness. Like when you breathe in sickness, you didn't know. When you breathed in the common cold, you didn't know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You just breathed in. Everybody ever like breathe in somebody else's sneeze?
I think we all have.
God, I have to. But you know, you breathe in somebody's sneeze on accident, of course.
Yeah.
It was nasty, but you don't even necessarily get sick
Yeah.
when you do that. But think about all the things that you breathe in that you get sick. Think about all of us that you be having a headache out of nowhere. You don't know what you breathe in. Y'all see what I'm saying? You don't know what entered into your body. Like Esau sprays this chemtrails all over. They've been spraying it since we were kids. We breathe that sucker in and we don't even know. And they say like you'll breathe in the chemtrails and people just lose their mind, become violent, all kinds of different things, right? So the Most High had us covered. The Most High had us covered in ways that we didn't even think. Because I mean, I don't know. So if a dead body passes, I know toxins and I know body fluids and all that leaks, but I don't know what's coming from that. You see what I'm saying? If a person passes, not a dead body. But read that Jeremiah 25 and 7.
Jeremiah chapter 25 and verse 7. Yet ye have not hearkened unto me, saith the Lord, that ye might provoke me to anger with the works of your hands to your own hurt.
And when we don't listen to the Most High, this is what happens. We hurt ourselves. We're not hurting him. We end up hurting our own selves. You see what I'm saying? Like, yes, you could have been like, back then, you go back to this numbers, right? You're a person that don't have faith in the Most High or don't respect or care about the Most High. You could be like, man, I'm just going to take a shower. I touch this body, okay, cool. I'm going to go take a shower. I don't need to go and get this water of separation that the priest made sprinkled on me. I don't got to go do that. I took a shower, I'm fine. But if you do that, it shows like the lack of respect that you will have towards the Most High. It'll show the Most High, he won't be with you. Remember, man, the Most High is the Father of spirits. He's the Father of spirits. He gives life, he takes life, he heals, he wounds. So if you don't do what he said, what he commanded, especially back here with this water of separation, then what you think is going to happen? That shower don't mean nothing. You see that? But the scripture says back in Jeremiah that we do these things to our own hurt. So when you look at America, why is America so destroyed and why does America have every unclean beast in it? Because they literally do everything that the Most High says not to do.
Right.
So that's why, guess what? You do got to worry about a coronavirus. You do got to worry about a flu. Like, you think we was taking flu shots back then?
Lie.
Come on, man. You think we probably coughed? You probably coughed back then. And then somebody's like, what the hell?
Council.
I was like, what's going on? Is that a cough?
Yep.
Some people probably, I was going to say, some people probably never heard a cough, but that's probably stretching it. When you coughed back then, it was like, oh man, you need to go see the priest ASAP. What's going on? What's up, I'm one?
I was going to say, we got a scripture. I have a scripture precept.
What you got?
It says Psalms 23. It says, yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The valley of the shadow of death is actually what we're going through right now. All this, everything we're dealing with, our foods, the medications, the viruses, we're walking through the valley of the shadow of death. It says, and it talks about, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. This is you following the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. It says thy rod and thy staff. Thy rod is his staff that keeps you in line, his law, statutes, and commandments. And his staff is what's to guide you. So that's basically it.
So y'all see that? I like the scripture. We are, in these times, yes, you are walking in the valley of the shadow of death. If you don't believe me, just turn on the news. If you don't believe me, just turn on your news and see what's going on in your news. there's a recession coming here if America is not already in a recession. So you about to get hit with a recession. If you want to buy a car, it's skyrocketed because of the inflation. You want to buy a house, inflation. You want to rent anywhere, inflation. Listen, I stayed in a, last year, my 2-bedroom apartment, I went back to go look to see if I can get another 2-bedroom apartment recently. The price jumped by $700 because of the inflation. Mats, stop. So the price jumped by $700 because of the inflation. So your cars, I was watching the news. They said that your car, the average car note now is like $700. That's the average. An average car note is $700 right now. That's wild. That's crazy. The average car note is $700, and then there's a very high percentage of people that's paying $1,000 for their car notes. So when you look at a car note being $1,000 or $700 to $1,000, when you add in insurance, that's another $300.
Full coverage.
You're not adding in the price of gas, which is crazy, right? So if the cars is like that, then you already know your food is gonna go up, your clothes is gonna go up, everything is gonna go up.
Yep.
So the two more, what's like the 2 or the 3 most important things that you need here in America? A house and what? A car. If you in Houston or you in Texas, everything is far away. You're gonna be waiting 30 or 45 minutes for a bus. So it's good to have a car. It's not like New York where you could survive without a car. Here in Houston, you kind of need a car.
That's true.
In certain cities, you kind of need a car. And when you look at like just everything, well, you know.
Start investing in bicycles.
Hey, I saw on the news. It's like these top government people. I forgot their names, but this is what they said. This is what they said real quick. They said they had said yes. They had said no. We're not in a recession yet, and they were saying we may be able to not. We're probably not. Even if the recession hits, they were like the American people have enough money saved to make it through the recession. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right, who?
We struggling, man.
The average.
I was like, huh?
70% of Americans don't even have more than $1,000 in their bank.
Shoot, I would say 90% though. I say 90% though.
Man, it's,
Have $1,000.
it's ridiculously high. So
What are they
he's
talking
probably
about?
lies.
But that's how you know they don't care about you. Your guy Joe Biden just passed a bill to make to like ease up whatever happened with the abortion, but he ain't passing no bills to help you.
Right.
He ain't passing no bills to help you. So my question to everybody is very simple. Y'all see America is falling. Y'all see Babylon is falling. What are you doing to make sure that you are going to be on the right side of this kingdom falling?
Right.
You just quoted the scripture, you know, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, right? We won't fear because, I know I'm butchering it, but you don't fear because you're walking with the shepherd if you're a sheep. So think about it. Have you ever seen a shepherd walking behind a sheep? The shepherd is the one in front with the staff, and he's walking and the sheep follow. You see that? Just like in these times, you got Moses and Aaron. You had the chariots that was moving, we followed the chariot. And then you had Moses and Aaron that was in the front, and then you had the congregation in the back. It was our job to follow. If you followed, you'll be fine. But if you're a sheep and you decide not to follow, you're going to break away, you're going to get hurt. Y'all see what I'm saying? So, in these times, it's very important if you're an Israelite to follow. To follow. We was going over something yesterday, and we was reading the second Esdras, and there was a scripture that had hit me when we hit it during class where it talked about how what the first stage after death was how you labored. You gave your whole life to labor, to fight against your mind and to follow the laws of God. That was like from the first rest. See if you can find that. See if you can find that where it says the first, where it was talking about the righteous.
Like during the time that they lived.
Start from the end of time. So this is Second Esdras, out of the annotated apocrypha. These are some of the scriptures that was taken out, right? So read the first stage. This is going to be about, we're not going to read the whole thing, but it was talking about after somebody passes, what happens. It talks about what happens to the wicked and what happens to the righteous. So we're going to read about what happens to the righteous, and we're going to read about this first stage. So read that.
2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 89.
Uh-huh.
During the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High.
So you see that? So we laboriously served the Most High, right? Actually, read up. Yeah, start right there.
Verse 88.
Uh-huh.
Now this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High,
Uh-huh.
when they shall be separated from their mortal bodies.
So this is the order of those that kept the ways of the Most High. This is what's going to happen when they pass. Go ahead.
During the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High.
So you see that? So you were given life to laboriously serve the Most High. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13 or 14. Ecclesiastes 12. It's either 13 or 14.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Sir?
13 or 14? 13.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High
Uh-huh.
and keep His commandments.
Uh-huh.
For this is the whole duty of man.
So you know how people be like, what am I created for? What's my purpose in life? You saw us doing that. What's my purpose? What am I created for? Why was I put on the earth? Why did I have life? Well, you have life to serve the Most High.
God.
That's the whole duty of man. That's the whole purpose of your creation. You know why life sucks for a lot of people? You know why life sucks for a lot of Israelites that know the truth? Your life sucks because you don't want to serve the Most High. You know, you read the scriptures and you look and it's like, damn, I don't want to change my mind. I don't want to change my mentality. I don't want to do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
So true. So true.
you'll see like people, fresh Israelites, you come in, you still fighting over shrimp, pork, crab, lobsters. You have a lot of Israelites that's fighting over weed.
Yep.
You see that? That's fighting over the things that's like obvious, that you can't do that. That's obviously wicked. But we like to try to make the Bible fit into our feelings and our desires and what we want. We like to serve ourselves and not actually serve the Most High.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Serve our flesh, serve our minds, then serve our own spirits, then serve the Most High. And that's where we get in trouble. That's where we get in trouble. It's very easy. Serve the Most High. Follow His commandments. It's for your benefit. We just read the Jeremiah 25:7, where it says that we don't like to listen to our own hurt. But if you listen, it'll be a very good thing for you if you do listen. A lot of us, we don't like to listen. A lot of us, we don't like to listen. So your duty as a man is messed up. You become like a car trying to drive through a flood. That car is going to break down. The car was never meant to drive through a flood. A lot of mentalities that we have as people, especially as Israelites, we were never meant to have those mentalities. Those mentalities was putting you, well, our ancestors chose it. And then Esau just carried us on.
Right.
But those mentalities that we have is very destructive. It was never meant for us to have them. The way that we do things in general is very destructive. It was never meant for us to have it as a man. That's not what the Most High created us for. So you become like a car trying to drive through a flood, you know? Or a car trying to drive up a mountain. Wasn't meant to do that. So you mess yourself up. So for those that, back in the second Esdras, for those that lived and served the Most High rigorously in their flesh, that's your whole purpose of being in this flesh, to serve the Most High. That's your whole purpose. It's not to eat ice cream. It's not to play sports. Anybody that watches LeBron like that, his whole purpose is to nurture his sons to play basketball. When Kobe died, his whole purpose was to nurture his daughters to play basketball. You see that? We're nurturing ourselves to please the Most High and to do His duty. If your life is hard in the truth, If it's hard for you in the truth, if it's not fun for you in the truth, right? If it's stressful, if it's depressing for you in the truth to serve the Most High, right? I just want you to think, how the hell are they doing out there? Don't worry about the facade of what they post on social media, of what they post on Instagram. They're moving in this life with no wisdom. So you don't know what they're dealing with in their house. You don't know what they're dealing with in their mind. The stress, the depression that they're all dealing with. You got to think about that. They're not serving the Most High. So they're going against, it's like trying to, I don't know, walk in the ocean. You bound to drown.
Yep.
You're trying to walk at the bottom of the ocean. So when you look at them, that's how it is. You know, this person I said that had COVID twice after taking the shot, you can look at that person's life and like be like, damn, you're prospering a little bit. You achieved what you wanted to achieve. What you gave your spirit to, you got that a little bit. But guess what? Because you believed in the white man system and you got those shots, those pricks. Look at you now. Your health is deteriorating. So you walk in the valley of the shadow of death. You better try your best to follow the Most High's commandments. That's what it's about. I'll give you a little secret. That's how you're going to be happy in life.
That's true.
Money won't make you happy. Pleasing your flesh won't make you happy. The cars, the clothes, the jewelry, the food, the women, the men. None of that will make you happy. But you know what will make you happy? Following the Father. Because what parent, if their child listens, don't take care of them and make them happy? Every parent does that. But the child that don't listen, that child is always getting whooped. But go back to 2nd Ezra and read that.
And withstood danger every hour.
You see that? And then so this person, they served, read a little bit higher.
During the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High.
So during the time that you lived in your body, that your spirit occupied your body, you laboriously did what in it?
Served.
You laboriously served the Most High. Read on.
And withstood danger every hour.
And you see that they withstood danger every hour while they were in their body. So what danger is it that you're withstanding? It's like I was going over yesterday with brothers. You don't have to worry about somebody running up on you and pulling a gun on you. If somebody does that, then your spirit is off. You don't have to worry about, I don't know, like a bullet flying through your, like somebody did a drive-by the other day in Houston and shot a 5-year-old, killed him. Killed her, I'm sorry. So that's not something that you should have to worry, that you should ever have to worry about being in the truth. Is it there? Con, because you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death. But when it says that you withstood danger every hour, the danger that you're withstanding every hour is your mind. It's your spirit. It's those temptations that hit your mind. It's those thoughts. That's what you're withstanding every hour. Why? Because that's worse than a gunshot, man. You know why? Because your mind will take you away from the Most High, and then now you're taken away from the Most High. So your spirit is probably going to end up when you die in hell. So the danger that you're withstanding is your mind. It's your spirit. It's your thought process. It's the way you carry yourself. I know somebody right now who took the shot 2 days ago and got it 2 days after.
Yep.
God. Most High is funny. Well, y'all see that? It's your mind. You got to withstand it. Listen, the whole purpose and duty of man, serve the Most High, withstand your mind and your spirit. Read on.
They, every hour, so that they may keep the law of the lawgiver perfectly.
You see that? Because your mind tries to get you to not keep the laws of the Most High, not keep his wisdom, his knowledge, his judgment. Your mind tries to get you to do that. Your decision making and your choices. You know, what would Jesus do? it's like you really gotta like. It's funny they made that thing like a little cliche. They have stickers, they have wristbands, and nobody actually cares what Jesus would do. But in the truth, you do have to care what Yahweh Shai would do. You do have to care about the Most High's judgment, his decision making, his choices. Why? Because if not, every choice has a consequence, ramifications, and that's what people in the world don't understand. But you understand that here in the truth, with the Most High's wisdom. So use it, because they don't understand that. They don't understand that when they make certain moves, certain spirits is now going to be attached to them, to their house, to their families, and they wonder why certain things just is messed up. You know what I think about? And we could jump back to the reading. But I think about like all the people that's like in the world, and y'all all got family members that smoke a lot of weed, that do a lot of drugs, that drink a lot of liquor, that smoke a lot of cigarettes, and they have to have the cigarette, the liquor, or the drugs. Some of them all three, just to make it through the day. I sit here and I wonder how the hell they're making it through the day when $20 don't do nothing for your gas tank anymore.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And when those people in the world that gotta have the drink, the cigarette, or the weed or the drug to make it by, you're gonna spend at least $20 a day on your weed sack, on your six pack of beer. And if you drink like that, a six pack of beer ain't nothing. So you may need an 18 pack or a 24 pack, right?
30 pack.
30 pack. So when you drink like that, or you burn up weed like that, or your cigarettes, how much do cigarettes cost?
I have no idea.
Like $6 for a pack. So if you run through a pack or two of cigarettes every day, that's $12. Now think about how there's the what do you have money for in the truth? Now think about with the Most High's with you don't really have money for anything. Now think about them who really don't have no money, but they have to have that every day. They gotta have the liquor. They gotta have the drugs. Like, what is happening? How are they making it? I'll tell you how they're making it. They're desperate. And that's why you see car thefts, catalytic converter thefts, robberies. That's why you see all these things on the rise, because people got to get their fix. People are desperate. They got to get their fix. You see what I'm saying? So, but yeah, let's go back to the reading.
Numbers chapter 19, verse 15.
Verse 15. So yeah. Go ahead.
And every open vessel which has no covering bound upon it is unclean.
You see that? So somebody passes any open vessel that's around it, that was there, it's unclean. Because again, you don't know what got in it. You know, you ever seen a forensic scientist? They come and they scope out the murder scene, and the house may look clean, right? Because the person cleaned it up after killing this person. But there's like traces of blood. Got a little trace of blood on the fan. That's all they need. They come and they hit you with that black light, and you look and it just looks clean, but the black light hits and you just see the stains everywhere. You're like, what the hell? I'm sleeping on that? I'm sitting on that? Again, the way the Most High covers you and you don't even know it.
That's true.
That stuff will fall in your cup. It'll fall on your plate, your fork, and you wouldn't even know. Fall in your pots, and you wouldn't even know. Next thing you know, you cooking with that. You wonder how you got sick. Well, read on.
Verse 16. And whosoever touches one that is slain with a sword in the open field, or a dead body, or a bone of a man, or a grave, shall be unclean 7 days.
You see that? Go ahead.
Verse 17. And for an unclean person, they shall take of the ashes of the burnt heifer of purification for sin, and running water shall be put thereto in a vessel. And a clean person shall take a hyssop and dip it in the water.
So you see that running water, not standing still water. Running water. Running water. It's just like when you had the water at the temple to wash yourself before you go inside the temple. That was running water. That wasn't just the water that, like how these fake Amalekites do, where they have that water before you go inside their temple, but everybody's using the same water that's not running.
Right. Stagnant
They're
water.
all using that same stagnant water that's not running to wash themselves before they go inside the temple. Come on, man. Like, come on. Even a caveman should get that.
Con.
You know, when you're reading the what's it called book, the 13th tribe, it talks about how Esau, that they'll take the bowl, wash his, in the morning
Yeah.
they'll wake up, he'll wash his hands. It starts with the father, he'll take the bowl of water, wash his hands, wash his face, rinse out his mouth, and spit in the bowl. And then pass it to the mom, and then she'll do the same. And then the kids will all do the same. And then, like your family, it's you, Marcy, so you'll go first. And then you'll pass that same bowl to Marcy. And then she'll pass it to Elijah. And then Elijah will pass it to Caleb. And then Caleb will pass it to Ezekiel. And then Ezekiel will finally pass it to Aslan. That is disgusting.
That's what they did.
That's disgusting.
That's what they did, man.
Running water, ladies and gentlemen. Running water. When water sits, I mean, even if you don't use it, if it just sits,
It's a breeding ground for,
bacteria,
yeah,
mosquitoes,
yeah.
all that, flies,
It thrives in it.
frogs. You see what I'm saying?
Con.
So it says running water. So you could wash away whatever needs to be washed away. Read on.
Verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And a clean person shall take a hyssop and dip it in the water and sprinkle it upon the tent
Uh-huh.
and upon all the vessels
Uh-huh.
and upon the person that were there and upon him that touched the bone or one slain or one dead or a grave.
Uh-huh.
Verse 19. And the clean person shall sprinkle upon the unclean on the third day and on the seventh day, and on the seventh day he shall purify himself and wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and shall be clean at even.
Con. All right, that's it. So it's 5 minutes. It's okay. Elijah, let's go.
Elijah Shabashah, Yashikad, Bani Ashala,
Elijah Shabbat Shah, Yashakar, Ban Yashala, Benevisra, Amadi. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yashabak Thumb,
Yahweh Shem Shabrakta.
Let's go, Elijah. Huh? No, I'm good. I have 2 down here. It's very dry though. All right, Elijah, sir. My guy. You'll be picking up at Numbers chapter 19, verse 20.
Numbers chapter 19, verse 20.
Go ahead.
But the man that shall be unclean and shall not purify himself, that the soul shall be cut off from among the congregation, because he had defiled the sanctuary of the Lord, the water separation had not been sprinkled upon him, he is unclean.
So you separated that man from your congregation. You know how, like, we always read this where it said that a person was separated from the congregation, right? You know how there was an instance, man, of somebody that was like outside of the temple, not outside of the temple, outside of like it's like that's where like the people that had like certain curses like leprosy and all that, they would just be outside. You kind of kept them out. You see what I'm saying? They were separated. Why? Because you didn't want them to spread it. Like the actual like lepers that you have a clean leper and you have an unclean leper. So the ones that were unclean, they kind of like stayed outside. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same way, like this person that didn't do it, he was separated. You kept them apart. He's unclean. You see what I'm saying? Like you think about, just think about it. Like, say you're a farmer, or say you're a cattle rancher, right? And you got all these cattle. You know they're always gonna be together. All these cattle, they're always gonna be together. They're gonna eat together. They're gonna drink water together. They're gonna be around each other. So if you had one that was sick, you separated that one that was sick or that one that was unclean. Why? Because you don't want nothing to spread.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So this person that didn't do it, he'll be unclean. So he shall be separated. You see that? He shall be separated. Why? Because just you didn't want to make yourself clean. You don't want to listen. You don't want to follow. Go ahead and be separated. You're not going to dirty up anybody else. You see that? You see that? Read on.
Verse 21. And it shall be a perpetual statute unto them that he that sprinkleth the water of separation shall wash his clothes, and he that toucheth the water of separation shall be unclean unto the even.
Go ahead.
And whatsoever the unclean person touches shall be unclean, and the soul that touches it shall be unclean until even.
You see that? The soul that toucheth it shall be unclean, and whatsoever he touches shall be unclean. So that's why if this person didn't go and cleanse himself, then guess what? He's unclean. Cut him off. You see that? But there's a part in here that's really dope. Read verse 22 again.
Verse 22. And whatsoever the unclean person toucheth shall be unclean.
So if you touch something with your physical flesh, you will be unclean, right? Read on.
And the soul that touches it shall be unclean until even.
You see that? And the soul that toucheth it shall be unclean. So now you get to understand why. You get to understand why now, like the Most High would have a heifer be killed and burnt up, and then sprinkle that in the water of purification, and then he sprinkles that on you. That doesn't do anything to your flesh, but it's supposed to do something to your soul.
Right.
You see that? So that your soul can actually be clean. Because how did you clean a soul or a spirit up? What did you need to clean a soul or a spirit up? What did you need? Back then, especially. And even now. What do you need to clean a soul or a spirit?
Priest.
A priest, but what else? It's very simple. That's why Yahweh Shai, like, blood.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's blood. You sinned back then, animal died for you.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Con.
What did it say? There's no remission of sin? Let me see. No remission of sin without. Go to Hebrews 9 and 22. Go to Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 22.
Hebrews chapter 9, verse 22. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood.
You see that? And you could even start at like verse 19. Start at verse 19.
Verse 19, Hebrews chapter 9, verse 19. And when Moses had spoken every precept to all the people according to the law, he took the blood of the calves and the goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book and all the people, saying, this is the blood of the testament which the Most High hath enjoined unto you.
You see that? Listen, y'all, blood is very important. You don't just need it to survive, but remember, you don't eat blood. Why? Because it's the life. It's the life. What is life? The spirit. without a spirit, you don't have life. So when Moses sprinkled that book and then sprinkled us, it was like life. We was being joined onto that covenant. You see that? Go ahead.
Moreover, he sprinkled with the blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry.
Yeah, so everything got sprinkled with it. Everything got sprinkled with that spirit or that life. And everything was joined together. Go ahead.
And almost all things are by the law purged with blood.
See that? Almost all things are purged with blood. Your conscience, you got to purge your conscience. But almost all things in the law are purged by blood. Go ahead.
And without shedding of blood is no remission.
You see that? Why? Because your blood, you was joined together with the tabernacles and the book, and everything was joined together with the sprinkling of the blood, right? So when you go back to this, like when you go back to like what we just read about when somebody dies, right, and that heifer blood being sprinkled on you, remember your flesh wasn't about to be clean, but it was about you still keeping your spirit and your soul pure. Why? Because you were joined. You were joined to that blood. You were joined to that spirit of the Most High. And all things, almost all things are by the law are purged with blood. So why did Yahweh Shai have to die for your sins? Because you don't have no animals now. You see that? And it sucks that an animal has to die because we can't get it right. Anybody has a dog? Anybody ever had a dog that they cared about? Imagine you had to kill that dog because of you.
Yeah, that's true.
You had to kill him. Like you remember back then, man, you had your cattle, you raised them, you had a connection with these cattle. It's like almost like you have a connection with your children. You know what I mean? Like how long have you had your dog?
9 years.
And you had your dog since when?
Since I was 20.
Since you was 20, I'm put the spotlight on. It's gonna hurt right?
Yeah, you gotta take her and yeah.
So imagine you did that to it. Imagine that gotta happen because of you. It'll suck.
Yeah.
But see, what happened, it sucked back then, but what happened with us is like, we was like, I don't care.
You become desensitized.
You became desensitized to it. Yeah, go kill that little cow. Yeah, I'm raising you strictly for you to die.
Yeah.
You see that? So that's why Yahweh Shai died for your sins. You needed pure, innocent blood. You needed blood that wasn't tainted. Guess what, y'all? Our blood is tainted.
Yeah.
All the sin, all the iniquity, all the transgression that we done did, the negative thoughts that we done carried out, our blood is a little tainted. We're not clean.
That's true.
You know how Yahweh Shai says our righteousness is as filthy rags in the scriptures?
Filthy rags.
It's talking about because your blood is still like not that clean.
Hey.
You see what I'm saying? You do all the righteous work. Put your spirit in. Put your spirit in and all that. But how many of us be having like negative thoughts when it comes times to do something? Or feel a certain type of way about a brother, or feel a certain type of way about a sister? Like, it's just in us. You see what I'm saying? You gotta fight against it, of course, but remember, almost everything is purged by blood. So that animal, they don't know good and evil like you. They just know being an animal. So they're innocent, they're pure. It's like kids, innocent and pure. Innocent and pure. That's what you needed. So, and it says, and without shedding of blood, there is no remission. So, when you go back to this Numbers, you were unclean. So there had to be some bloodshed to get you clean. You see what I'm saying? Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually too. Why? Because if you see a dead body, some people when somebody passes, especially if they were there when that person passes, their minds is never the same. Their spirits is never the same.
That's true.
You see that? So that's where that comes in handy too. Somebody's there? Yeah. So that's where that comes into too. So go ahead, Elijah. You can read on.
Numbers chapter 20 and verse 1. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month, and the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there, and there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron.
So you see that? So once again, Israelites. So we come to the desert of Zin, right? And there's no water there. And what do? We gather ourselves against Moses and against Aaron. Why? Because those are the ones that we can see. Which is something that we always do. So I want y'all to pay attention to the way that we moved in the wilderness, because it happens now. Now, two things I want y'all to pay attention to. You notice how Moses and Aaron, for the most part, especially Moses, the meekest man on the earth, right? He always kept his integrity. Until right here that we're about to read. But Moses, for the most part, always kept his integrity, never stepped outside of the spirit that the Most High wanted him to step out, wanted him to be in, right? Right. As a leader. So, brothers and sisters, that's in class and that's listening. You know, if you want to be 144,000, like it or not, guess what? You know this word, you're automatically a leader. You're automatically a leader, like it or not. Why? Because you know the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The Most High did not give it to you for nothing. Right. This class isn't full right now. Everybody's, I don't know, doing whatever it is that they're doing on a Saturday, the majority of people, because not everybody's a leader. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Not everybody is. So, with that being said, your mind, your spirit agreed to this. Your soul agreed to this because you're a leader. It doesn't matter. You're an example, you're a standard, and you should be living by that. So, with you being a leader, an example, a standard, then you have to understand that there's things that come with that. Anybody had to be a supervisor or a lead or a boss at a job or a manager? Yeah. You have? People gonna talk crap. You're going to get blamed for everything. Yep. You're going to get blamed for everything. People going to talk crap. People going to think you ain't working. People going to think this. People going to think that. People going to blame you for everything. Yep. And the overall boss is going to blame you when those people ain't in line. Yep. So you got to understand that they came and they murmured against Moses, right? And Aaron. So you got to understand, like, people are going to murmur against you. People are going to be against you. That's just what it is. The same way they was with Christ. You see that? People going to have negative thoughts about you. People going to think that you only care about yourself, or you only care about these people and not all people. And people going to think all that stuff when you step into this realm. People going to think it's your fault that their life is messed up. People going to think it's your fault that this and that happened to them. It's like kids coming up. It's like us. Some of us blame our parents for stuff. But we're the ones that made choices. Some of us blame our environments for stuff, but we're the ones that made decisions in the environments. Right. You see that? We always looking for somebody to blame. So we came against Moses and against Aaron. So the first thing you got to realize as a leader is people are going to come against you. But now something for everybody to realize too is we like to blame other people. We like to pass the buck and blame people for us, for our poor choices. When the Most High puts us in temptation, go to Genesis real quick. Go to Genesis 22:1. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 22, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham.
He did what?
Tempt Abraham.
God did what?
Tempt Abraham.
So what the hell make you think he's not going to tempt you?
That's true.
Now, Satan tempts you to do evil, but God puts you in position to be tempted too. Read down.
And said unto him,
Uh-huh.
Abraham.
Uh-huh.
And he said, Behold, here I am.
Uh-huh.
And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee.
So you see that? So this is how he was tempting him. So Satan tempts you with evil. The Most High tempts your faith and your love. Tempt or try. So he was trying Abraham's faith. He was trying his love. You see that?
Right.
So the Most High is going to try your faith and your love. What was happening right here? The Most High was trying the people's faith and their love in him. So yes, I'm bringing to you, I'm Yahushua in the chariot, whipping the chariot. Oh, look like there's a desert right there. Let's go through this desert. Let's see if they're going to complain. He drives you through the desert. Remember, you're following your shepherd. Your shepherd is leading you through a desert. If he's leading you through a desert, he's leading you through a desert for a reason, not for you to die. So we go and we complain against Moses and Aaron, right? So what am I saying? Well, I'm saying this. This correlates to everybody's life because Yahushua, the Most High, Yahushua, they tempt you or they try you. They'll lead you through that desert where it's hot, where the sand is hot, the air is hot, y'all's breaths is hot, ain't no water. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, y'all, like on the truck, being on the truck in Houston, it's pretty hot. It sucks. It's over 100 degrees. It feels like it's like 110. The back of the truck is hot. Edomite's breath that you're delivering to is hot. Right, it's an inflation, so nobody got money, so you're not getting no tips, but they're not even giving you water right now.
Yeah, they're not even
They'll look
water.
at you soaking wet, and you ain't getting nothing.
They'll speak on it. Oh man, it's real high, isn't it? They'll give you the
Yeah, like you see me sweating, like at least offer some water. Y'all want some water? Like nobody. I can't say nothing. I was in class the other day, like a couple months ago. Classes I was like, the good thing, if you're a hospitality person and somebody comes to your house to offer water. I was like, damn, I never offer water. I never offer anybody water. I get it now though. But anyways, it's hot,
Yes, sir.
right? So when you look at your life, the Most High puts you through hot situations, puts you through fiery trials. And what is your job? Your job is to keep your integrity. But we like to blame other people, like our people was blaming Moses for the situations that we get put in or the situations that we put ourselves in. The Most High is the one that's leading us through the desert. He knows there's no water. He knows that we need water to live, and our cattle needs water. So all we had to do was have faith or ask. But what do? We gather ourselves against them. So think about your life situations where you be where the Most High puts you in predicaments, and what do? We complain, we murmur, just like we did in the wilderness. You see what I'm saying? We complain, we murmur, we blame, we get pissed, we want to turn our backs, but all you got to do is chill. The Most High is bringing you through the desert so he could show you that I can make waters flow through a desert. You see that? So when you're in your situation, the Most High puts you in your situation so he could show you, look, I can make your situation good. That's why you're here. What's up? Yeah, read that.
Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11.
For
I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Most High.
Go ahead.
Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end.
You see that? So the Most High's thoughts is always towards peace. and not of evil.
Right. They weren't brought through this desert to die.
Kind.
Just like how you said.
True that.
And guess what? When you're in your situation in the world, it's not a situation for you to die. It's not a situation, you just got to use the Most High's wisdom. What's the point of sitting here in class reading? What's the point?
True.
If you're not going to use the wisdom.
Right.
You see that? So, read on. You got verse 3, 20 and 3.
Numbers chapter 20, verse 3. And the people charged with Moses and spake, saying, Would God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord? And why have ye brought up the congregation and the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die here?
All right. Now, you see how they say, with God that we have died when our brothers had died? Now, I want y'all to think back to how people were dying. They were getting hit by snakes. They were losing wars. They was losing battles. The earth will open up, consume something. Who the hell wants to die like that? Anybody want to die from a snake bite?
No.
Anybody want to die because the earth opened up and you just started falling in the middle of the earth and it's dark as hell and you don't know what the hell is going on, and it just closes back on you and crushes you? But knowing the Most High, He probably didn't let that happen.
No, it just kept falling.
He probably just made you bounce around a couple of times, going down like you on a mountain. Like, who wants to die like that?
That's a
Fire come out and consume you? Or how about Moses came down from the mountain and you chose to be on the other side and your own family or your own friend had to come and slay you?
Yep.
So when they was like, what God that we had died like our brothers, they didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Now, another situation to correlate with today. When you are in that mentality of screw everything, screw everybody, that doubting mentality, I've been there. You don't think rationally, and you don't say rational things, and your choices is not rational. You don't think about the future.
That's true.
You just want to get out. You just want that water right now. You see what I'm saying? You don't think.
Yeah, right.
You move without thinking. Your choices is without thinking, and your speech is without thinking. Just think about your life when you was in certain positions and you was like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. You said something, you was like, I didn't mean that, but you said it. You see what I'm saying? Or you did something, you was like, crap, why did I do that? Damn it, he caught me. She caught me. Screwed it. All these different things. Why? Because when you are in your mind, it's very easy to not make the right decisions and just move off of your feelings. You see what I'm saying? And then you don't consider the consequences or the future. So you make a choice, and the next thing you know, that choice is death. That choice is death. That choice is now I gotta live with this for the rest of my life.
Yep.
Or, the Most High could just open the earth up and swallow you. Or He'll send a snake to bite you. But let's see what's happening. So we was like, what God that we had died with our brethren, like the Most High didn't give us manna. You forget that the Most High gave you manna to eat. You forget that the Most High delivered you from different wars. You just forget everything, and you just can get consumed with the negative, and you move off of your negativity.
Yep. It's true.
You see that? And then people like to use the term, I blacked out. Like that's an excuse.
Right.
I don't care that you blacked out. That's your fault. That's that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just spazzed out. I blacked out. I don't give a damn. That's your fault. I guess that's what you gonna tell the Most High. I'm sorry. I just blacked out, y'all. Yeah, you're about to black out too when I open this earth up. But no, seriously, like we gotta see, like, because it's gonna happen to Moses too. Where like the pressure, the situation, the environment, the circumstances, everything can sometimes get overwhelming. And then when it gets overwhelming, you don't follow the Most High.
Yep.
Or you may follow to a certain extent, but you miss a key
Key point, key
a
element.
key point, a key element.
Right.
So, listen, never move off of your emotions.
Come.
Never make decisions or choices or say things off of your emotions, because that's you being in your flesh. That's why you feel it. That's why you feel a certain type of way. I feel like this nigga hates me. Elijah, you hate me, huh?
Yeah, I feel it though.
But I feel it. I feel it, bro.
I feel it. Look how you look at it. I feel it, man.
And then you'll literally, because you feel that way, you'll literally start moving a certain type of way with this person where they don't feel like that.
Yeah,
But
you will.
your feelings or your emotions made you think that. Elijah, you're disgusted with me, huh?
No.
Okay, well, I feel it. I feel that way. But no, but seriously, that's how we move. Like, damn, this person don't like me. Damn, this person's mad at me. Damn, this person's upset with me. Damn, this person, low key, I don't know. Then you move off of it. Let's read on.
Numbers chapter 20 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And wherefore have you made us to come up out of Egypt to bring us in unto this evil place?
And you forget that you left an evil place. Like, Egypt was where the evil was at. You're just in a desert with no water, and it's hot. It's a desert. That's how the desert's supposed to be. Go ahead.
It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, or neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and it fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take the rod, and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink.
See that? So he said, speak unto the rock. Read down.
And Moses took the rod from before the Lord, and he commanded him.
All right. So I want y'all to picture this in y'all's mind. So they go. People was, chosen against them. And Moses is probably like a little irritated now. He goes, falls before his face. Yahushua comes. He's like, listen, just speak onto the rock. And then it says Moses takes his rod, right? And in verse 10, we're going to see what he says out of frustration, right? You could probably picture him taking his rod like, you know what I'm saying?
God.
Not saying he did that. I want people to say I put stuff in the scriptures, but with his action, you could probably tell. It's like, think about you, like when you're frustrated or irritated. You don't, like, we got any door slammers in here? Any door slammers online?
God.
Any, you leave and you, that's your door. What about when you're not mad anymore and your door don't close right? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Your car door. Your husband coming behind you. You know he coming. And you just time it right. You time it perfectly. Door slammers. We got any snatchers? Right? Again, not saying Moses probably took his rod like that, but there is a little chance that he could have, because he was a little. Moses wasn't himself. He wasn't the meekest man on the earth in this point right here. Read verse 10.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels.
Like when did you ever see Moses call the Israelites rebels? Go ahead.
Must we fetch you water out of this rock?
Must we fetch you water? It was never them. It was always the Most High. And they were just vessels that the Most High used.
Right.
Just like us. We ain't nothing. We're just vessels that the Most High uses. Each and every one of y'all. Vessels that the Most High uses. And as vessels that the Most High uses, remember, there's many different vessels. There's vessels of wood. There's vessels of gold. Just think about your house. You got like a lot of vessels in your house. What's y'all's favorite vessel in your house? Probably a vessel that you use a lot. Like mine, my personal vessel is the fridge. You know? That's a good vessel.
I get it.
The fridge. Fridge is always there when you need it. The fridge is always going to be right where you need it. Right where you want it to be.
It don't change.
It don't change. It's going to always have something right.
Right.
You got money. Right? But that's your vessel of honor. So you're a vessel unto the Most High. So you want the Most High to look at you and say, man, you're one of my favorite vessels.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You're like a fridge. You're always on. Right? You're never off. You're always on.
The right temperature I want.
You're always the right temperature. You make sure things don't go bad when I'm hot. You got something cold for me. You know what I'm saying? Even if something is cold, guess what? You got ice to make it even colder. The fridge. But no, seriously though. We're all vessels that the Most High uses, right?
Yes.
So, the Most High uses us. The scripture says that we are his arms. So was Moses and Aaron fetching water? Nope. The Most High was. But Moses was taking the glory from the Most High. So, again, you got to see when you're in your emotions, there's certain times, there's certain choices that you can make where you take the glory away from the Most High. I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a very good example where you take the glory and the honor from the Most High. Somebody ever pissed you off? Somebody ever did something bad to you? Somebody ever hurt you or harm you? Stroke that they just did something bad, right? I'm sure it's all happened to us.
Right.
What does the scripture say? Vengeance is mine.
Revenge not yourself.
And what do you do?
Take your hands.
Or backhand, right? You take vengeance in your own hands. And what does that do? You take the glory away from the Most High. You take the honor away from the Most High. Anybody ever took vengeance in their own hands?
Con.
Definitely take. Oh, what? Nuh-uh. That's not in your spirit, sister. I don't believe that. But you know you've been done wrong and you take vengeance in your own hands. That's like you doing what Moses is about to do. Taking the glory and the honor away from the Most High. Listen, you should be happy. What vengeance can you do? Somebody do you wrong, what can you do? Pound their face in? How you sure you're going to pound their face in? What if you get caught? What if you get caught with a solid right?
Make your
And
legs.
then next thing you know, you just lost again. You about to go in and beat somebody up. You go and you confront them, you ran up on them. The op dropped their location, right? And then you run up, and you about to square up, and you ready. You fight with all that anger and emotion. And you're not supposed to fight with anger and emotion.
That's true.
And you run in, and you and you out. And now you got now it's just like, damn, bro, you might as well move to a different school. You might as well drop out of school. You didn't avenge yourself. You went to avenge yourself and lost.
Right.
So who knows? You win a fight or a battle because the Most High lets you.
Yes.
So you got these scriptures and you want to go fight somebody. What makes you think you're gonna win? The Most High ain't with you. He already told you vengeance is his.
That's right.
Most High will make it where you get hit with a one hitter quitter, or you probably winning the fight. You may be winning the fight. Most High lets you get some good ones in, and then next thing you know, you right on the jaw. You just out. You ever watch a boxer fall, like where they really get knocked out?
Yeah.
Amir Khan.
Yeah.
And you just out, like legs all bent up. Your friend, get up! Get up, bro! Oh man, damn, bro. Now the embarrassment is on your friend too. Yeah, he ain't my nigga no more.
How you know it?
But no, you take that glory.
Yep.
You take that glory from the Most High, so
He won't be with you.
he will not be with you. So let's read verse 11.
Verse 11. Numbers chapter 20, verse 11. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice.
So he had to hit it twice, because that first one was a check.
Yeah.
Remember when Elijah came? Remember when Elijah was setting people on fire? He didn't have to do it twice.
That's true.
And then they caught on fire. He didn't have to, like, Yahweh Shai never had to be thou healed. Be thou healed.
Right.
According to your faith. According to your faith.
Right.
Like Moses didn't have to raise his rod twice when he was bringing plagues on Egypt. It wasn't like a, oh. It was just a once.
Yep.
He smote it twice because it was a check. Most High was showing him, like, it's not what I told you to do.
Right. Do what I told you to do.
You see that? So he hit the rod twice. Go ahead.
And water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts
The
also.
Most High made the water come out because we needed it. Not because of what Moses did. But Moses probably knew he messed up. Because after you move off your emotion, after you move off your feelings, afterwards, when the smoke clears, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
You're like, crap, that just happened, huh?
Yeah, that calm down.
I just said that, huh? Like, you see your look right now, I'm on. That's probably how Aaron was looking at Moses. Like, Moses probably came back, and Aaron, like, and Moses was like, oh, damn. Crap.
You're right.
Read verse 12.
Verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believed me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
So he said, because ye believe me not. But didn't Moses and Aaron believe in the Most High? See, believe is an action word. That is a verb. It's not just I believe in Jesus Christ with all my heart and all my soul. It's not that. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you're gonna do what he says.
Con.
You see what I'm saying? You believe in Mashiach Yahweh Shai, you're gonna do what he says. Moses did not do what he said. Oh, you know what? He didn't get them the water, but he didn't do exactly what he said. Just like religions don't do exactly what he says. You see that? They like to tell you that they believe. If you believe in the Most High and Yahweh Shai, you're going to do exactly what he says. Read on.
Verse 13. This is the water of Meribah, because the children of Israel strove with the Lord, and he was sanctified in them. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that had befallen us.
Now, one thing too, I almost missed it. You know how it said, you know how he told them, you're not gonna bring the congregation in to the land. I mean, the congregation, they're gonna make you not, pretty much. Moses and Aaron, right? Moses got to see the land, he didn't get to go in it. You know, it shows Moses' integrity and the person that he was. He didn't do it for himself. He was doing it for the people. That's the mentality that you have to have as an Israelite too, is you're not perfect. You may mess up, but I don't care if I don't make it. If somebody else makes it, that's fine with me. If other people make it, that's fine with me. You see what I'm saying? That's why that'll help drive you and help push you. If you do it for your nation and not yourself. If you're like, man, it's like you should be looking at your family, your friends, the people you grew up with, that you knew that, damn, these people weren't bad. They were just in bad situations. They made bad choices, but they weren't necessarily bad. That got to be your drive sometimes in this truth. Where it's like, let me do it for them who were just ignorant, who just didn't know. You know what I mean? So that they could have a chance.
Right.
That's what Moses did. He still led the people even though he knew you weren't going to make it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
How our fathers went down into Egypt, and we had dwelt in Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord, he heard our voice and sent an angel and had brought us forth out of Egypt. And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost of thy border.
All right, that's it for you. I'm on.
Shabbat Shah, Yahawada, Ban Yashirala.
I'm on Isaiah, Shabbat Tashar, Yahuda, Ban Yashar, Man of Israel. Amadu, Barak.
Yahabasam Yashab Rakatam.
Yahabashim Yashabrakta.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is going to be what we're going to be reading now. What we're going to be reading now is going to be a recap of. It's going to be a recap of, Moses is going to be going through our history for the most part. Well, in verse 21, my bad. I'm in chapter 21.
Numbers, chapter 20, and verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink the water of the wells. And we will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. And Edom said unto him.
And Edom said what?
And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword.
That's y'all's brother. That is your brother, Israel. Esau didn't let you pass. Esau know what you was dealing with. Esau know what you was going through, and Esau did not let you pass. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then will I pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And he said, Thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people, and with a strong hand.
Edom, go ahead.
Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came unto Mount Hor. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in Mount Hor, by the coast of the land of Edom, saying, Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, for he shall not enter into the land which I have given unto the children of Israel, because ye rebelled against my word at the water of Meribah.
So Most High is letting them know Aaron is about to die, right? But you know what the Most High just did with Esau? He knew Esau wasn't going to let us through. But he came to Esau, and you know how it says there's no repentance for Esau, even though he saw it with tears?
Right.
Well, here was one of the ways where he could have got some repentance back then,
So he was given a chance.
where he could have found some repentance and kind of like help clear himself up.
Wow.
But he didn't. The shoe was on the other foot. We would have let him, but he doesn't do that with us. You know. So you know what the Most High did right here? Gave him a rope to hang himself. Because when you read in Obadiah, it tells you that that Esau didn't let us pass. You see that? But we was go to Obadiah real quick. Was it in this situation, or it may have been in another situation?
This is when they were chasing him down and giving him back.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, I can't find Obadiah.
Amos.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? No, this is for something else. This was for something else. Slap it. Yeah, we can go back. It's for another situation.
Numbers chapter 21, verse 25. Take Aaron and Eleazar his son, and bring them up unto Mount Hor, and strip Aaron of his garments, and put them on Eleazar his son. And Aaron shall be gathered unto his people, and shall die there. And Moses did as the Lord commanded, and they went up into Mount Hor in the sight of all the congregation. And Moses stripped Aaron of his garments, and put them upon Eleazar his son. And Aaron died there in the top of the mount. And Moses and Eleazar came down from the mount. And when all the congregation saw that Aaron was dead, they mourned for Aaron 30 days, even all the house of Israel.
Look at that. Everybody cried for Aaron when he died, right? But didn't they want to stone Aaron and Moses? Again, when you're in your emotions and your feelings, you don't think straight, and you'll get, it can lead you to the point where you'll stone a person that you love. You see that? Where you'll hurt or harm a person that you love. So, but when that person dies, you're like, oh crap. Now I'm gonna cry my butt off. When you finally lose that person, that's when you start crying. You hurt. Y'all see that? Go to verse chapter 21.
Numbers chapter 21 and verse 1. And when King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that all Israel came by the way of the spies, that he fought against Israel, and took some of them prisoners. And Israel vowed unto the Lord, and said, If thou wilt indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities.
Ooh, y'all heard that? I will utterly destroy their cities.
And the Lord hearkened to the voice of Israel, and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. And he called the name of the place Hormah.
Go ahead.
And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom. And the soul of the people was much discouraged because of the way. And the people spake against the Most High and against Moses, Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread.
Yeah, so now we hate the manna. We hate the manna, but we already forgot that the Most High had Moses and Aaron bring forth water from a rock. Do y'all see how forgetful we are as a nation, as a people? We are forgetful as hell. We are forgetful. Forgetful. Like golly, like literally the next chapter over. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
All right. You can read another one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Therefore the people came to Moses and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people.
So you see that? If you speak against the Most High, it's a sin. It's a sin to speak against the Most High. And you know what he'll do? He'll send some fiery serpents. Have fiery serpents messing them up, killing them. You see that? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Make thee a fiery serpent that is set upon a pole, and it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived.
You see that? So Moses made the serpent. Quazab always talks about it. But what is that serpent on the pole, the little doctor symbol called?
Caduce.
The caduce. That's kind of where they got the caduce from, because of what Moses did right here. But it's symbolic too for Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai died. He was lifted up on a cross. If anybody looks to Yahweh Shai, they would be, you look towards Yahweh Shai. Back then, you would just look towards the serpent and show that you believe in the Most High. And if you get bit by the serpent, you would live. Guess what? We've all been bit by the serpent in these times. You all got bit by Satan. So what do you have to do? You have to look towards Yahweh Shai and move and do the things that Yahweh Shai would do. And think the way that he would have you think. That way you can live. Because we've all been bitten by Satan. You see that? Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth. And they journeyed from Oboth and pitched at Ij, Abraham, in the wilderness which is before Moab, toward the sun rising. From thence they removed and pitched in the valley Zered. From thence they removed and pitched in the other side of Arnon, which is in the wilderness that cometh out of the coast of the Amorites. For Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, that what he did in the Red Sea, and in the brooks of Arnon, and at the stream of the brooks that goeth down to the dwelling of Ar, and lieth upon the border of Moab. And from thence they went to Beer, that is the well whereof the Lord spake unto Moses, Gather the people together, and I will give them water. Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, sing ye unto it. The princes digged a well, and the nobles of the people digged, by the direction of the lawgiver, with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahalil, and from Nahalil to Bamath, and from Bamath in the valley. This is the country of Moab, to the top of Pisgah, which looketh toward Jeshimon. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of Amorites, saying, Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the water of the well, but we will go along the king's highway until we pass by thy borders.
Where you at?
Verse 23.
Okay. You'll read to verse 25, then you can take over.
And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his border. But Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel in the wilderness. And he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword, and possessed his land from Arnon unto Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon. For the border of the children of Ammon was strong.
Verse 25. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, and Heshbon, and in all the villages thereof. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and had taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon. Wherefore they that speak in Proverbs say, Come into Heshbon, let the city of Sihon be built and prepared. For there is a fire going out of Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It hath consumed Ar of Moab, and the lords of the high places of Arnon. Woe to thee, Moab, thou art undone. O people of Chemash, he hath given his sons that escaped, and his daughters into captivity unto Sihon, king of the Amorites. We have shot at them. Heshbon is perished, even unto Dibon. And we have led them waste, even unto Napah, which reacheth unto Midipah. Verse 31. Thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites. And Moses sent to spy out Jazer. And they took the villages thereof, and drove out the Amorites that were there. And they turned, and went up by the way of Bashan. And Og, the king of Bashan, went out against them, he and all his people, to the battle at Edrei. Verse 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, Fear him not, for I have delivered him into thy hand, and all his people, and his land. And thou shalt do to him as thou didst unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt at Heshbon. So shall they smote him, and his sons, and all his people, until there was none left him alive, and they possessed his land.
Yep.
Numbers chapter 22, verse 1.
Yeah. Yeah, 22 and 1.
Numbers chapter 22, verse 1. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab, on this side Jordan by Jericho.
Now read the verse 4.
No, that's fine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Now we're going to go to Judges chapter 11, verse 1.
So, so now we're reading about. Man, they should have us reading this Judges.
Later.
Yeah, like next Sabbath. I think they messed up on that because. So yeah. So anyways, so we're reading about. We just read about how pretty much Ammon came out against us. It was Moab.
And
Oh, so both of them came out against us. Yep, sure was. And we smote them and took everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to read an instance of that in Judges 2. A futuristic instance in Judges. So we're going to Judges chapter 11 and what?
Verse 1.
All right.
Judges chapter 11, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot. And Gilead begat Jephthah, and Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah, and said unto him, Thou shalt not inherit in our father's house, for thou art the son of a strange woman.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jephthah fled from his brethren, and dwelt in the land of Tob, and there were gathered vain men to Jephthah, and went out with him.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass in process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel.
So Jephthah was a mighty man of valor, right? He was the son of a harlot, right? So his brothers didn't want to deal with him because he had a choice of his mother, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
They looked down on him because of the woman that he came from. But the Most High luckily didn't. So Ammon came to war against Israel, right? Read on.
And it was so, that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said unto Jephthah, Come and be our captain, that we may fight with the children of Ammon.
You see that? Like, I think it's dope how the Most High will pull people out of situations, right? To make them strong. Most High loves doing that. That's why I was always said, man, the Most High made the weak to confound the strong.
Yes.
So, guess what? If you come from a situation where you don't feel like the Most High, I think we all come from that.
Yeah, pretty much.
We all come from that. We all come. We all were the ones that were rejected, that didn't fit in, that weren't, I guess, cool, that weren't popular, that wasn't the best at this, wasn't the best at that, probably the worst at this, probably the worst at that, wasn't the smartest. Brothers that read good now in the truth and are very good readers were not good readers when they were in school. I'm actually a decent reader. I'm pretty good at reading. I can sit and read the Bible for 7-8 hours easily, but I could not do that in school. I could not read for nothing in school. You know what I'm saying? I was not studying. I didn't do none of that in school. You know what I mean?
So true.
But the Most High made something out of nothing, and the Most High loves doing that, to make something out of nothing.
His glory.
So you got this man, his brothers didn't deal with him. He was a good warrior, kind. His brothers didn't deal with him. He's dealing with, it said he was dealing with vain people in a different land. The Most High came and got him and was like, look, you're going to be the captain over the whole army. Sis,
And if this is I appreciate reading this, and like you were talking about earlier, how we're tempted by the Most High in us proving our faith to Him. And so this could literally be like another situation, like you have no control over any of the situations that the Most High puts us in. But it is to tempt us, or to test us to see we're aware of who He is and the power that He has. If we just have faith, He'll bring us out of the situation and use us as those vessels of honor to do His will, His purpose.
Yep. That's right. True. Very true. Go ahead.
Judges chapter 11, verse 7. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, Did not ye hate me and expel me out of my father's house? And why are ye come unto me now when ye are in distress? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, Therefore we turn again to thee now, that thou mayest go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead.
And guess what, man? You know, that verse 7 was really dope. It says, Did not ye hate me and expel me out of my father's house? And why are you come unto me now when ye are in distress? That's how everybody's life should be in here. Your family hated you. They kicked you out. They kicked you out the family. They didn't want to deal with you. They cut you off because you became an Israelite, and you didn't want to work. You didn't want to bow down to Cesare Borgia. You didn't want to do none of that. You wanted to put fringes on and a head wrap and a dress. They expelled you, right? But guess what? None of that matters if they don't come to you when they're in their distress. You got expelled for nothing. If they can't come to you in their distress, then what was the point? You see what I'm saying? You could look at you could look at a lot of great men in the Bible. They were all expelled. They were all like kind of separated from their people. Moses was one. Joseph was one. Even David, his brothers went to war. He's at home dealing with sheep. You see what I'm saying? Most High always does that, but it's for you to come back and be a leader in some shape or form.
Right.
When they're in distress. Read on, verse 9.
Verse 9. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, If ye bring me home again to fight against the children of Ammon, and the Most High deliver them before me, shall I be your head? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, The Lord be witness between us,
if we do not so according to thy words. Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and captain over them. And Jephthah uttered all his words before the Lord in Mizpah.
You see that? So he went from the tail to the head. The last shall be first, and the first last, right? So, yeah, go ahead.
Verse 12. And Jephthah sent messengers unto the children of Ammon, saying, What hast thou to do with me, that thou art come against me to fight in my land?
You know, you got to see it, man. Like, that's how the Most High deals. Any great leader, man, the Most High always pulled them from nothing. Y'all want to know something funny? Y'all know that Hitler was pulled from nothing? I know. Yeah, he gave me that documentary that he gave me to learn. The way Esau portrays Hitler, y'all, that's not who Hitler was. Why do you think this man could just come out of nowhere and the people of Germany love him and just literally just take over? He was not a politician. He was none of that. He was an artist. He started off as an artist when he left school. And then World War I started while he was a struggling artist trying to make it. World War I started. And then he went to war in World War I. And he was never a soldier, so guess what? He's a private, so he's in the front lines. He's in the trenches. This small little artist, right? And he was fearless. He was brave. He was a beast. And he got a name for himself among all the soldiers that he was fighting with in World War I. And they were winning. And then, during the war, they found out that Germany surrendered. They was like, why? When we were winning. So Amalek, fake Jewish people, infiltrated, like they infiltrated here, they infiltrated Germany's politics. They infiltrated everything in Germany. They ran it. You see what I'm saying? Just like they run everything here. So Germany, so he's at war, and they lose, and he's like, why the hell did we surrender? So when you lose a war, you have to pay for all the damages. You see what I'm saying? You got to pay. You become tributary. So that's what Germany became, tributaries to the countries that they lost to. And what happens to any poor country? What happens to any poor nation? Drugs, liquor, prostitution, sex, crime, violence. All that took over Germany. Pornography. The first pornos and all that, Israelis. They brought all that and they fed it to them. Just like they did here to us. The crime, the violence, all that, all the negative stuff, they did that. So of course you didn't have like TV and stuff like that back then. So when everybody went to the theater, they made pornography theaters. They made pornography magazines and stuff like that.
Right.
So when Hitler started preaching against it, he already had a name in the military. You see what I'm saying? And he became big because he was already renowned in the military, and that's how he started coming up. And then he ran, and then they locked him up. He ended up going to jail. He ran for office, and they locked him up. And then when he got locked up, he exploded. So when he came out, that's when he got power, because it was like, damn, this man got locked up. He was already gaining fame. He ended up going to jail, came out, he exploded in popularity, and that's when he made war against them. But you know what he did? That's why you see a lot of white supremacists. They don't like Jewish people. They hate Jewish people. They hate colored people, but they hate Jewish people. It's because because they know that they're doing the same thing that they did to Germany here. That's why a lot of them do the whole Hitler sign and stuff. Because after Hitler took power, Hitler wiped away the drugs. He cleaned up the alcoholics. He took away the pornos and all that. He banned all that. Got rid of all of it. He had a day in Germany where all of them took their pornography magazines and burned it. Every neighborhood, they all burned it in the bonfire around Germany. So that went away. Then he reduced the crime and violence. Then he brought back the economy and made Germany prosperous again. and he got rid of them. You see what I'm saying? But the same thing that they did to Germany is the same thing that they're doing here in America, and that's why a lot of those white folks, you'll always see like those white supremacists. They don't like colored people, but you can always look and wonder like, damn, why don't they like Jewish people when they're white too? Well, it's because of they know that they're doing the same thing that they did in Germany. That's why they like Hitler so much. It's the truth about him that they don't teach. But who runs your entertainment and your media? They do. So they paint Hitler as like the worst dude ever. You see what I'm saying? But in reality, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. Come on, man. That's why Hitler said that the real Jews are black. Or the colored people. Put it like, I've seen 2 different books. So, yeah. But Hitler came from nothing. Guess what? That's how it is with us. We come from nothing. We come from the worst families, the worst situations, the worst schools. That's what makes it dope. That's what makes the journey impressive.
That's true.
That's why it says the Most High was going to raise up a prophet that was like you, that came from the same place that you came from. That's how all the prophets came. All the high priests came from where you was at. That's what the Most High likes. That's why I like these Edomites, like when they go and they get their kids and they buy them all the sports equipment and they trash. But where does all the sports stars come from? Struggle. The struggle. Even if they're white sports stars, a lot of them came from struggle. You see what I'm saying? Because the struggle is what makes you. You see what I'm saying?
So true.
Read on.
Verse 13. And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah, because Israel took away my land, when they came up out of Egypt, from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and unto Jordan, now therefore restore those lands again peaceably.
You see that? So that's what we was just reading. But remember, we didn't take anything. We never wanted that land. We wanted Israel. They didn't want us to go by.
They fought against us.
They're the ones that came out against us. So we just,
Put your foot
man,
in
we'll
there.
not let the land go to waste. If you want to come and fight, we'll just take this too.
Go ahead, put your foot
I mean, we wasn't going to take it, but I guess I'll take it.
I mean, we won, so.
I don't know. I can let a couple goats eat over here or something. Go ahead.
Verse 15. And said unto him, thus saith Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon, because but when Israel came up from Egypt and walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers unto the king of Edom, saying, let me, I pray thee, pass through thy land. But the king of Edom would not hearken thereto. And in like manner they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent, and Israel abode in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness, and compassed the land of Edom, and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon. And Israel said unto him, let us pass, we pray thee, through thy land into my place. But Sihon trusted not Israel to pass through his coast. But Sihon gathered all his people together, and pitched in Jahaz, and fought against Israel. And the Lord God of Israel delivered Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they smote them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country. And they possessed all the coast of the Amorites, from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and from the wilderness even unto Jordan. So now the Lord God of Israel have dispossessed the Amorites from before his people Israel. And shouldest thou possess it? Wilt not thou possess that which Shamash thy God giveth thee to possess? So whomsoever the Lord our God shall drive out from before us, them will we possess.
That's right.
And now art thou anything better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against Israel, or did he ever fight against them? While Israel dwelt in Heshbon, and her towns, and in Ariel, and her towns, and in all the cities that be along by the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why therefore did ye not recover them within that time?
Yep.
Wherefore I have not sinned against thee, but thou doest me wrong to war against me. The Lord, the judge, be judged this day between the children of Israel and the children of Ammon.
Done. Verse 28. Howbeit the king of the children of Ammon hearkened not unto the words of Jephthah, which he sent him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Manasseh, and passed over Mizpeh of Gilead, and from Mizpeh of Gilead he passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord, and said, If thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into mine hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's, and I will offer it up for a burnt offering. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands. And he smote them from Arar, even till thou come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. And when you read on in this story, his daughter was the first one that came out.
Yep. They saw.
And he was like, dang, so I gotta go, I have to offer my daughter up. But the Most High doesn't want any sacrifice from a human. Why would you say from out of my house? Like, you don't have animals in your house.
Right, like, why would you do this? Yeah.
But remember, it said that he was around vain people. He was around vain people. What makes you vain? When you don't serve the Most High, when you serving idols. So he was around idolaters. That's probably what they did. They was used to putting actual people to death for their gods. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he probably thinking that he could do the same way. Yeah. Damn. The Most High. That's not what the Most High accepts, though. Let's go to John chapter 2, verse 1. And it shows you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that. You know, a lot of times we made vows back then. Most High, if you do this, I'll do that. If you do this, I'll do that. Well, you already know the Most High gonna do it. So just do it. Just do your vow. But don't make no crazy vow like this. You see that? John chapter 2, verse 1. I'm gonna go to John chapter 2, verse 1. And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Yahushua was there. And both Yahushua was called and his disciples to the marriage. And when they wanted wine, the mother of Yahushua said unto him, They have no wine. Yahushua said unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother said unto the servants, Whatsoever he said unto you, do it. And there were set there 6 water pots of stone after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Yahushua said unto them, Fill the water pots with water, and they filled them up to the brim. And he said unto them, Draw out now, and bear it unto the governor of the feast, and they bare it. Slakia. Right. Verse 9. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and said unto him, Every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine until now. You see that? That's like the story with Jephthah. First shall be last, last shall be first. So thou hast kept the good wine until now. This beginning of miracles did Yahushua in Cana of Galilee, and manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him. After this he went down to Capernaum, he and his mother, and his brethren, and his disciples, and they continued there not many days. You see that? So it says, this beginning of miracles Yahweh Shai did in Galilee. So you see when you go back and he's like, my time has not yet come yet. It was like, my time has not yet come yet. Because why? What was this was like the beginning of his miracles. So what was the miracles that Yahweh Shai was supposed to be doing? Turning water into wine? Or healing the sick? Or Matthew, what is it, Matthew's 10? Heal the sick, cleanse the leper.
Oh, yep.
Raise the dead. Feed, somebody go ahead.
Yeah, I get it.
Butcher it.
Con.
So this is talking about this was his first miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so that's why he said that.
Yeah, that's why it says this beginning of miracles in Yahweh Shai. It's like this beginning of miracles did Yahweh Shai in Cana of Galilee. So he wasn't before that. He didn't really show forth any like miracles, like as far as like healing and stuff like that.
So that's why he said in verse 4.
Verse 4. Thus saith unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. Yeah, it wasn't like his time to be doing it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why it happened like it's chapter 2. It's chapter 2. So in chapter 1, it was Yahweh. In chapter 2 in chapter 1 in John, it was just Yahweh Shai coming forth, getting his disciples and all that. So after the disciples came together and the work was about to start, he was about to start moving with the disciples, they went to this wedding before, this marriage before. So the healing of the sick, the cleansing of the lepers, the raising from the dead, he didn't start doing any of that yet. So, yeah, read that, please.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Uh-huh.
Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers,
Go ahead.
raise the dead,
Uh-huh.
cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely given.
So that was what Yahweh Shai was sent down here to do, and of course died for sin. So remember, he said to the Canaanite woman, "Is it meet to take the Most High? Is it meet to take the meat for the children and cast it to dogs?" But he still gave her like a little crumb. So think about it. The meat, the powers that he had, like, you want me to turn water into wine? That's not what the hell I mean. That's not what I'm here for. You see what I'm saying? That's not my hour. That's not it.
So much more than a man turning water into wine. You have no idea.
Yeah, pretty much. You see? It's like, what the hell are you coming to me for? What do I have to do with that? So it's like, yeah, my hour ain't come yet. My hour to do that, to do the miracles, and also remember, we got to get to heaven. I'm gonna be turning water into wine in heaven.
God.
You see?
Wait. It's funny though, because in the world nowadays, that's the one miracle that people who don't know the Bible, that they know that Christ has done. Turn water into wine. That's the most common one.
Yeah.
They don't know about the healing of lepers, the raising of the dead.
Yep.
They just know that one specific.
Turn water into wine.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I remember, like, he didn't start doing like walking on water. That was like after a lot of different things. So that was the beginning. But it wasn't yet. It just wasn't his time to start doing that yet, you know. So, but the Spirit was always on him to be able to do stuff like that. Remember, it said that he was like that from birth.
Yeah.
So that's why the mom came to him, because she probably saw certain things. She's like, "Oh yeah, no water. Go ahead. Go talk to him."
Whatever he says, you do.
Whatever he says, do it. But I can see why. You know, one of my favorite things about Yahweh Shai, one of my favorite moments was when the centurion came to him and he was like, "You're a man you're a man. I'm a man under authority, just like you.
Right.
I say to these people, do this. I say to my soldiers, do this, and they do it. Remember, that's how Yahushua is. He says something, and the angels go and do it. You see what I'm saying? That's why she was like, whatever he says to you, go and do it. That's why the mother said that, because she could see from birth how he was, how the Most High worked and dealt with him, how things obeyed him. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? It's like that with us too. We can get that too. That's why he said. That's why he told us, say to the mountain, you have faith as a man of a mustard seed. Say to the mountain, it'll move. It'll move. Yeah. So all you got to do is just speak it. That's why she said, whatever he says, do it. But we have that power too. When you speak things into existence. Right. You know what I mean? I was talking about that yesterday in class too. Yeah. Like abracadabra. I create what I create, or I create what I want. I is I, Bara create. Abracadabra. So yeah. Wow. That's what the guy that made the Hebrew book was saying. So our words is very powerful. Our speech is very powerful. You will judge angels. So you ain't sending them to hell. When it says you're gonna judge angels, what it is you're just gonna tell them what to do. They gonna move. Like yeah, bring him. Like when Yahushua was like, those that I serve them, bring them before and slay them before me. I'm not trying to slay nobody in heaven. You know when Yahushua comes forth, yeah, it's angels. Bring them forth and slay them before me. Kind. So that's it for the reading. I mean, it was a short reading. We didn't do the Apocrypha because obviously Virginia is not doing it, and we want to stay in unity with them. So it was a short, easy reading. Again, the water for everybody for joining us. Let's go ahead and set up these prayers. Everybody, Imagine Mukunya Yerushalayim. Yeah. Alrighty. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. Shemai.
Lanawa. Shalach
Ma'ala.
Waha Alahayim. Lashmar Al. Barak. Rapah. Magan. Wa. Shai. Kazak. Ha'ayin. Yasher Allah. Gum. Shalach. Lanawa. Rab. Chachama. Rab. Da'ayit. Rab. Bayana. Rab. Patience. Salak. Salaban. Sabalan. Rab. I'm a one. Rab. Achadwat. Rab. Ahab. Racha. Alahayim. Wasalach Nawa. Chatzayamyan. Yahweh Shai. Ba'ah. Mahayar. Kaya. Ba'ata. Yachal Nawa. Tamyad. Wasalach Nawa. Slakia. Ba'aywalanyan. Aman.
Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please listen to us right now. Send Michael and the righteous angels to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the people of Israel. Also send unto us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, and much love, spiritual power, and forgive all of our sins. Yahweh Shai come quickly, for indeed is our hope, always and forever. Amen.
This is Psalms chapter 130. This is Psalms chapter 92. It is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
To give thanks unto Yahweh.
To give thanks unto Yahweh.
And to sing praises unto thy name.
And to sing praises to thy name.
O Most High.
O Most High.
Show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
Show forth thy loving kindness in the morning.
And thy faithfulness every night.
And thy faithfulness every night.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
Upon the instrument of 10 strings.
And upon the psaltery.
And upon the psaltery.
Upon the harp with the solemn sound.
Upon the harp with the solemn sound.
For thou, Yahweh.
For thou, Yahweh.
Hast made me glad through thy work.
Has made me glad through thy works.
I will triumph in the works of thy hand.
I will triumph in the works of thy hand.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
How great are thy works.
How great are thy works.
Thy thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very
A
deep.
brutish man knoweth not.
A brutish man knoweth not.
Neither doth a fool understand.
Neither doth the fool understand
When
this.
the wicked spring as the grass.
When the wicked spring as the
And
grass.
all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
And all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
That they shall be destroyed forever.
If that day shall be destroyed forever.
But thou,
But thou,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
the Most High forevermore.
are most high forevermore.
Below thine enemies.
Below thy enemies.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
below thine enemies.
below thy enemies
Shall perish.
shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity.
And all workers of iniquity
shall be scattered.
shall be
But
scattered.
my horn.
But my horn
shall thou exalt.
shall thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I shall be anointed with fresh oil.
I also shall see.
My eye also shall see.
My desire of my enemies.
My desire of my
My
enemies.
ears shall hear.
My ears shall
My
hear.
desire of the wicked.
My desire of the
That
wicked
rise up against me.
that rise up against me.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm
He
tree.
shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon.
Those will be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai.
Those that are planted in the house of
shall
Yahweh
flourish in the courts of Yahweh.
shall flourish in the courts of Yahweh.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall still bring forth fruit in old
They
age.
shall be fat and flourish.
They shall be fat and
To
flourish.
show that Yahweh is upright.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
Here's my rock.
He is my rock.
There is no unrighteousness in him.
And there is no righteousness in him.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh.
This is Psalms chapter 133. Oh, it's a lot. I skipped. It's like y'all. I skipped. Damn, we didn't do Shemaiah. We didn't do that. It was like Cleo either. We'll do it now. Shemaiah Sha'ala.
Shemaiah Sha'ala.
Yahweh Allah Noah.
Yahweh Allah Noah.
Yahweh Achai.
Yahweh Achai.
Shemaiah Sha'ala.
Shemaiah Sha'ala.
Yahweh Allah Noah.
Yahweh
Yahweh Achai.
Yahweh Achai.
Shemaiah Sha'ala.
Shemaiah Sha'ala.
Yahweh Allah Noah.
Yahweh
Achai.
Yahweh.
Let's hear Israel. Yahweh our power. Yahweh is one.
Salakia, I had forgot to do that earlier. I had skipped it. Salakia, moving too quickly. Rakta Yahweh.
Rakta Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the law.
Rakta Yahweh.
Rakta Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Award.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the light to see.
Rakta Yahweh.
Rakta Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the ram's horn to call the people.
Rakta Yahweh.
Rakta Yahweh.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shaman.
Zayat.
Lamashah.
Yasharallah.
That's blessed you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
And of course, we'll anoint at the end. Shayar.
Shayar.
Hamalawat.
Hamalawat.
Ladawat.
Hana.
Hana. Matzawah.
Matzawah. Wama.
Na'ayam.
Na'ayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Akil. Gum. Yechad. Hashaman.
Hashaman.
Matzawah.
Matzawah.
Ayil.
Ayil.
Hara'ash.
Hara'ash.
Yerad.
Yerad.
Ayil.
Zakwan.
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 Aharon. Shairad. Alpayah. Marawat
Marawat.
Katol.
Katol.
Kamaran. Shairad. Ayil. Harayah. Tazayawan. Kaya. Shum. Tazawa. Yahweh. At. Habaraka. Kayayam. Aid. Ha'aywalam. Aman.
This is Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life, forevermore. Bahashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
The water.
water.
Tamyah.
Tamyah.
Aman.
Amen.
Benefisher, Amadi, Barak.
Kurma Shirala.
Kurma Shirala.
Kurma Shirala.
Kurma Shirala.
Kurma Shirala.
Kurma Shirala.
Even tie hands down. Sisters, please rise. Sisters. Saluting the daughters of Zion. Benefisher, Amadi, Barak.
Yahushua Tam Yahabashem Yahushai.
Alright, give tie hands down. Dismissed. Kawada, everybody, for joining us online. Kawada.
Shalom.
Oh, everybody say shalom.
Shalom.
Rock it.